Fillmore has had a church on nearly every corner of downtown for over 100 years. The historic congregations that have baptized 3 generations of the same families. So when I tell you we're planting a new one, you've got every right to ask, why another church in Fillmore? Is there a need for another one?
The short answer is yes. Fillmore needs another church because there are still people who need Jesus. Here's what we actually think. Some of the churches here found what works, and they've been faithful to it for decades. But faithfulness to a form can also mean staying frozen in it, which makes it deeply meaningful to the people who it was built for and hard to reach the people who weren't there when it took shape. Jesus has stayed the same, but the people who live in Fillmore have changed.
And that's not criticism, that's just an observation. And here's the thing, Fillmore doesn't actually have a shortage of churches. Drive around downtown and you'll count plenty. What we have is a shortage of people inside of them. A lot of those buildings are half empty on a Sunday, and that's in a town that's growing. There's a real puzzle we want to unpack today, because we don't think the answer is fewer churches. We think that there are 2 different Fillmores living inside one small town, and one of them was never being reached by what's already here.
Most of us walk around with a picture of Fillmore in our heads. Small town, ag economy, same families, same churches, same everything. It's always been. I've taught this town's kids for years. I know that picture well, and I'm telling you, it's already out of date. Adjustments need to be made.
Back in 2010, this town is about 15,000 people. Today, we're pushing towards 20,000.
And it's not just that we've added people. We've added a whole new kind of neighbor. New families are showing up in Fillmore who didn't grow up here, don't have generations of history here, and are just now figuring out where they fit.
So the Fillmore that's in your head and the Fillmore that's outside your window are 2 different towns now, and only one of them has been getting any of the church's attention.
The first Fillmore is the one people most picture. Families who've been in this valley for generations, ag connected, deep roots. Those who show up for baptisms, quinceañeras, weddings, funerals, the big moments. Places where Sunday mornings stopped being a habit a long time ago. This is the town's deepest roots, and any church here that treats it as a side conversation isn't paying attention to the town it's actually in.
And then there's the second Fillmore that's showing up right now while we're watching. Look at the bottom of Mountain View. There's a brand new 3-story apartment complex that wasn't there a few years ago. Or look south of the 126. Hundreds of new homes and young families moving in to actually put down roots here.
Here's what's easy to miss. Those new families didn't move here to be left alone. They moved here to belong to something. But belonging takes someone showing up on their actual street. And most of what already exists in this town was built for Fillmore that was here before south of 126 started filling in.
So let's look at what Jesus' actual words are out of Matthew chapter 9, verses 36 through 38. When he saw the crowds, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask and the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out the workers into his harvest." You see, Jesus, he doesn't look at the crowds and say, there are too many gathering places already. He says, there aren't enough people willing to go out to the fields. That's the posture we want to have about these 2 Fillmores. Not, we have enough churches, but we don't have enough people willing to go to both of them. We need more laborers, not fewer neighbors trying to reach them. None of this is a knock on the churches that are already here. Some of them, they're doing exactly what they're built to do, and they're doing it well. This isn't a competition. This is truly about people.
Let us be really direct about something. If you already have a church home in Fillmore, this episode isn't an invitation to leave it. That's not what this is for. This is for the people who don't have a church, the families who've never walked through any of those doors, not the ones who already have. If anything, our hope is that our being here means more people end up in a church home somewhere, not that anyone switches seats. Think about what a Sunday service actually requires of someone. It requires them to be in Fillmore, be available, and be looking for a church in town on a Sunday morning. That's a great model if that's where somebody already is. But picture a mom who just moved in south of 126. Her kids got a club game in another city. She's grabbing groceries at Trader Joe's 30 miles away. Dinner's on the 5 corridor on the way home. The people she knows are outside of Fillmore. She hasn't learned a single neighbor's name yet. She doesn't even know who to ask. Walk through her actual week. At what point does a Fillmore church, however good, ever cross her path? Nothing about her week gives her a reason to. That's not because she doesn't want to belong anywhere. It's because a Sunday-only model was never built to reach someone whose whole week runs through a different town.
So think back to those two Fillmores. The existing town, rooted, multi-generational, faith tied to milestone moments more than to a weekly habit. And the new Fillmore, showing up in real time, wanting to put down roots, but not yet knowing where they fit. No single church, no matter how faithful, was built to reach both of those at once. The gap isn't because a church failed, it's because the town changed faster than any one model could follow.
I've lived in this town most of my life. I've taught a whole generation of this town's kids. I've watched both of these Fillmores grow up right in front of me.
And this isn't a demographic study that led us here. We've given and sacrificed to help build a church in this town. We're not outsiders running the numbers, but we've just been paying attention. And here's something I've been watching up close. A church can genuinely want to reach a new group of people, but its culture was built around a different one. And culture doesn't bend even if leadership desires it to. That's not a failure on anyone's part. It just means something different needs a fresh start instead of a redirect.
So here's where we land. If the people who most need a place to belong aren't going to walk through a door on Sunday, then that door has to move. We want Sunday morning extended into their Tuesday.
So, what are we actually building? It's a church that's committed to God's Word, committed to Jesus Christ, and to the saving power of His death and resurrection.
And committed to blessing of people in the town on the other days of the week.
That's why what we're building isn't centered on a Sunday service first. It's centered on neighborhoods, actual living rooms in actual homes, including the new ones going up south of the 126. And here's what we mean by that. Most churches operate on a come and see model. We do something good, we invite you to come and check it out. There's nothing wrong with that. But go back to the empty tomb on the Easter morning. The angel, he doesn't tell the woman, come and see anymore. He tells her, go and tell. Something changed after the resurrection, and it's not just an invitation outward anymore. It's people carrying the news to others, wherever they're at.
So instead of asking people to come find us on Sunday, we're going to them. Sitting in an actual living room, in an actual neighborhood, having an honest conversation about faith and life with people already on that street. No building required, no Sunday morning required. Just showing up where people already are and telling them what we found. This reminds me of what Jehoshaphat prayed. We do not know what to do, but our eyes are upon you.
So not knowing everything wasn't his reason to stay home. It was his reason to go. We're not waiting until we have it all figured out. We're going, And if that's a yes to you too, come find us. Here's something that you could pray with us. 200 people. That's just 1% of this town. And it doesn't sound like a lot on paper, but 200 people who currently have no church home at all, saying yes to Jesus, could transform this entire town. And we believe it wouldn't stop there. It would ripple out into our whole county. Would you pray that with us?
For more information, visit fillmoremissionary.org and sign up for our newsletter or come join us for dinner.